Deadman Dave here for another shock and roll evening with you. My station director feels a slight word of warning may be appropriate before tonight's show. You're about to experience the Circle of Death. It is a series of tales, each involving unnatural death. 'Cause when wicked people do wicked things, sometimes they get more than they expected. Much more. You may even feel that they get what they deserve. Be warned, however, that such thoughts can be a slippery and bloody slope, and one that may place you on the same path as the characters themselves. Bad thoughts make for bad acts, and bad acts have bad consequences. So if you feel you are not up to such an experience, well, too bad. We begin with a macabre tale of death and life. It involves 4 people who come together once a year to share stories. Even then, I'm reminded of a quote from H.P. Lovecraft. From even the greatest of horrors, irony is seldom absent. Sit back and enjoy, for you have now started along the circle. I give you 3 to go.
Well, hello, my good friend. It is the esteemed Master Dark, also known to his friends as Evelyn Rousseau.
Maestro, it is good to see you. Is this, safe to drink?
Ever the cautious one. What kind of host do you think I am?
Evelyn, darling, it's a pleasure to see you.
Myrrh, you are exquisite as always.
That is quite enough of that.
Why, if it isn't the venerated Dr. Bartholomew Chambers, the man who rose from the most modest of beginnings to the height of modern medicine. Don't worry, Doctor. Your friends will never reveal your secrets.
Shall we begin? There are a few hours left before the night is over. Allow me to remind you of the ground rules. Every year we meet here to share tales of the fantastic. Last year, we each drew a number from this chest. That number must be used as part of your story. The order in which the story is to be told is based upon the number on the card of which you have just been dealt. To the member who has drawn the number 1, the floor is yours.
My tale this year is one of misfortune. My tale begins one early evening with the admission of a patient by the name of Mitch Ermer. Poor Mr. Ermer was having a terrible time with pain in his stomach, which presented a number of symptoms, including several complications with his gastrointestinal system. He was quite a mess, both literally and figuratively. After a myriad of tests, he was told that he had an abdominal tumor. He required an immediate surgical procedure to remove said tumor. To the hapless Mr. Ermer. A tragic accident. With that, lady and gentlemen, I give you my draw from last year.
the number 1.
As always, Doctor, your story this year highlights the fragility of the human body. My story also touches upon the risks inherent in life, albeit not the risks in physical invasion of the body, but with the risks of our external world, even in the sanctity of our domiciles. My story begins in the town of Cyril. As you know, Cyril was very similar to the other hamlets on the outskirts of the city. Like those other parishes as well, Cyril also suffered an economic downturn in the late 20th century as manufacturing industries fled the area. The cost of living remained relatively low, and as such, the population remained stable. You see, the relative lack of expense associated with residing in Cyril was also coupled with the pronounced measure of decay in the structures themselves. I direct your attention to the McMullen family. Tom McMullen, he reflected of glory, took quite the amount of status with the accomplishments of his daughter. His daughter was quite the athlete, to be sure. However, there is a small line between familial pride and self-indulgence. It was a false sense of security, of course, but as they say, there is no fool like a sincere fool. All told, it was a state of self-inflicted immobility, delusions of grandeur, and a family not only drifting apart, but casting adrift. Tom's wife wanted their daughter to study. She saw learning as the best hope for the little one. Tom did not. Tom had as much use for books as a Doberman would for chopsticks. After all, why read when you can watch another game on television? There is always another game. Tom McMullen, his wife, and his daughter. It is sometimes hard to tell the difference between 3 family members living in a house and 3 lost souls trapped in a tomb. Rather pathetic, I must say. A fire started in the house and quickly spread. Within minutes, the house was ablaze. 5 alarms sounded throughout the fire companies within the vicinity. There was little to be done by the time the companies responded. People gathered, most of whom seemed mesmerized by the light of the flames. As the sun rose that morning, total devastation was revealed. The fire marshal deemed the fire to be an accident. 3 bodies were discovered. If there was any mercy to be found, it would have to do with the fact that the cause of death was smoke inhalation, as opposed to the inferno itself. There is no fool like a sincere fool. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I reveal my draw from last year. I give you the number 3.
I am next. My story begins with a very bad man. His name was Michael Williamson. Mr. Williamson was single. You see, he still lived at home with Mommy Dearest. He was a syndicated sports columnist and broadcaster at the local radio station. He also liked to do other things, especially on his computer late at night, after Mommy Dear went to bed, of course. That was the unfortunate thing for them. Unfortunately for him, he had tastes that were easy to exploit. You see, he desired a certain kind of woman.
You take quests.
This continued for several months, with each encounter becoming slightly more provocative than the last. It took some time to figure out what his buttons were.
Oh, yes. Now that is what I'm talking about.
But, as is the case with all such proclivities, his weakness finally revealed itself. Men are so weak and easy to control.
Yes, we are.
A rendezvous was eventually arranged. Sonny Boy was more than happy to come up with some sort of lie to fool his happy, albeit doltish mother.
Hey! Are you married?
A robbery. Well, that was the official story anyway. But no one seemed to question why this poor sap was in such a remote area to begin with. There was some speculation that he must have pulled over to get some directions from his phone when he was come upon, but as we know, nothing could be confirmed. And with that, gentlemen, I give you the number 2.
That was only one. You drew the number 2, but that was only one.
Ah, you have always been quite the sharp one, maestro. But you are correct, that was only one. Mother dear was not well. At all. In fact, she was quite frail and entirely dependent upon her son for all care. The turn of the screw regarding the tragedy of Mr. Williamson was the amount of time that passed before he was discovered. Weeks went by. From there, the authorities followed up with Mother, but by then the poor lady succumbed to the lack of care. Quite horribly, from what I hear. A fall. After attempting to exit her bed, an act she never would have tried had her son been present. It is not entirely clear how long she lay there on the floor, but I understand it was quite some time. No food, no water, brittle and broken bones, and no one coming to help.
And that leaves me. But first, allow me to charge everyone's glass. My story this year involves a wanderer. And then the unexpected happens. He meets a girl. One day, this beautiful woman was traveling down the road, very much minding her own business. It all happened so suddenly. A car approaching her in the other lane crossed the center line and hit her car head on. And in that instant, she was gone.
You drew the number 4. You had to. We know what everyone else drew. 1, Maestro 3, Miranda 2. 4 was the only one left.
You still have 3 to go.
Allow me to bring your attention back to my wanderer. Death took on an entirely different meaning for him. Death comes for us all. We know that. However, for the first time, he feared it. Not so much the fear of his own inevitable death, but how the consequences of death can still touch him, even as it pays a visit to someone else. My wanderer swore he would no longer serve the specter of death, but this created a dilemma. How to break from the ranks of those who not only celebrate death, but worship it. And so concludes my story this year. One down. Three to go.
Our journey continues. Let us step away from this scene of civilization to a place a bit more off the beaten path. Keep in mind, however, that there is no setting more uncivilized than that of obsessive madness. For this, let's consider the words of Edgar Allan Poe from his classic The Telltale Heart. But why will you say that I am mad? The disease had sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all was the sense of hearing acute. I heard all things in the heaven and in the earth. I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad? It is impossible to say how first the idea entered my brain, but once conceived, it haunted me, day and night. And with that, I give you The Hunter and the Hunted.
Pepe! Pepe!
Katarina's gonna think about dirt. Take your shoes off.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Kathleen. Who's this? This is Jacob. I told you about him. Jacob, this is Katarina.
Nice to meet you, ma'am.
How old are you?
20 years old?
20. No socks? That's unsanitary. Jacob just has to use the bathroom. Is everyone out back?
Of course. Did you think you were going to congregate in here? I do enough as it is.
I don't want to cause a problem. I can just go outside. Just not go outside. Go outside.
You do that. It's good enough for the deer. Should be good enough for you.
Katarina.
Kathleen. I'll be in the kitchen.
I don't want want to cause any trouble.
Don't worry about it. It's just how she is. She's testing you. Bathroom's right there. I'll be down in a sec.
Clean your hands.
Huh? Oh, I just washed.
I don't know that.
Okay.
Don't mind her. She's just overprotective. Come on, I want you, my big brother.
Hey, look what the Bobcat dragged in.
This is my brother Robert.
Hey,
What's up, bro? That your Mercedes that just pulled in?
it's my dad's.
Obviously. And this is Ashley.
Hey,
Should you be doing that?
You alright?
I'm alright. I'm fine.
There he goes.
Let's go for a walk. My family's weird, huh?
weird? Nah,
No?
I mean,
kinda.
The blood alcohol content of the victims was nearly twice the legal limit. 3 of the victims were underage. So who supplied the booze?
I couldn't tell you. They probably just got it from the house.
Was there a fight?
Not that I saw.
An argument? A disagreement?
No.
What time did you arrive?
We arrived after everyone was already hanging out.
And then, when our mom and dad died, there was a little surprise in the will.
more like a little hand grenade.
They left everything to Katerina, with Robert and my trust funds activating on our 21st birthdays.
You ever hear that shit? Not 18, 21.
Since then, she's been our legal guardian, but it's not like she's our mom or anything.
No, I remember my mom and dad. Katerina will always be Katerina. Calling her anything else would be fucking weird.
And she's weird enough as it is, right?
Yeah, kinda. Does Katerina have any kids?
Who knows?
I do. She once told me that she had a baby when she was younger, no older than us, but she gave it away because she wasn't ready to be a mom.
Are you serious? I never heard about that.
I don't think she meant to tell me. It sort of came out on accident. I asked her about it a couple more times over the years, but her story always changed. I don't know what the real truth is, but I think Child Protective Services took her baby away.
Why do you think that?
It's just a feeling that I have. Katerina has a temper. Robert and I once had a cat and... Never mind.
How did your parents die, Kate?
Car accident. Douchebag crossed the center line. Kate and I were in the back.
You never told me this. Were you hurt?
I have 11 pins in my legs, but I'm so graceful you never guess, right?
I was in traction for 9 months. Missed a whole year of school, but I'd already tested out. I started freshman year at college when my homies were in 9th grade.
Kind of like Jacob.
Wait, you're a freshman?
In college,
How old are you?
22.
22? What took you so long? Gold digger?
Whatever. It's not like hanging out's a crime.
You're gonna have to register as a sex offender, bro.
Having coffee isn't a crime.
More like a latte offender.
Whoa, dude. You're good. Nobody makes Ash laugh.
You should try it sometime.
Dang.
Come on, she's still awake?
It won't be long now. She's getting ready for bed. In a little over 2 years, Robert will get his trust, and then things might start to get weird around here. Or weirder.
Katerina will be my employee, basically. Figure she'll roll. I know she's been web surfing places in Florida, probably planning her escape.
Get the fuck out of here.
What?
Nothing. TikTok.
How fun.
This man who was in the woods, did you see his face?
Reminds me of an old school hip hop cut that was popular during drive time some decades back. What was that called? Mind Playing Tricks on Me. Oh, indeed. This next tale of woe, and I mean woe, follows a man who follows a man who follows a dream. A dream that leads to a nightmare. See, some dreams are better left unchased, because that which looks desirable on the distant horizon, once in hand, can sear one's flesh, char one's bones, not to mention what may befall one's heart. This peculiar brand of darkness is somewhat illuminated by the words of the great Mary Shelley in her Penn-Donna-Dare masterpiece, Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus. When falsehood can look so like the truth, who can assure themselves of certain happiness? Now lastly, we crack open the door of a house built on a fantasy and a man driven by demons in the hope of finding an angel. As winding and mysterious as life and death can be, they're also perfect.
Clay Smith.
Hello.
You don't know me. My name's Patricia. Peter sent me to apologize. I'm afraid he's not going to make it out tonight.
Oh,
I'm afraid he's not feeling well.
that's too bad.
It is. He was really looking forward to seeing you again.
Well, I was looking forward to seeing him too. Wish him well for me, will you? Maybe we can reschedule sometime.
Definitely.
Great. Well, so long.
Clay, since we're both here, would you care to have a drink with me?
Sure. Peter was the funniest guy in med school. We roomed together for 2 years at university, and then lost touch after he graduated. I stayed on to study cosmetic surgery. I think he moved up north. He would do the most absurd things. He always had us in stitches. He was the most focused guy I ever met, though. He knew what he wanted to do with his life, and he was just methodical. As funny as he was just as intense. I learned a lot from Peter. I wish he could have made it tonight. I was really looking forward to seeing him. His emails were a total surprise. Not that I have a problem with my company right now. How long have you and Peter been together?
Feels like all my life. But not long, really.
You're blushing.
Peter told me about you. The plastic surgeon of the stars.
One of the byproducts of having my practice in Beverly Hills. I hate it.
You do?
The nickname? Absolutely. I'm thinking of relocating this year. I have no desire to be as famous as some of my clients are. But you work on one, they tell a friend, before you know it.
You're the plastic surgeon of the stars.
Now, this is gonna sound really pretentious, but when you said my name outside, I thought you knew me from those damn tabloids.
The what?
The tabloids.
Oh. Right. Look, I want to tell you something. It's about Peter. I'm only saying this because I don't know anyone else who's close to him. I mean, he doesn't have any friends. I'm worried about him.
Worried in what way?
He's not himself. He's been working so hard, and I'm afraid he's going to hurt himself.
Hurt himself how?
I don't want to burden you. I shouldn't have said anything. He's been doing things he shouldn't.
Things? What things? Patricia, I want to see him.
You do? I wasn't sure I should ask.
Oh, of course. If there's anything I can do to help, I'll do it.
I think there is.
Is he home?
He's home. Wait here.
Good evening, Clay. Peter? Is everything all right?
Everything's smashing. Why do you ask?
Forgive me, my manners are quite rusty. Nice to see you again, Clay.
Drink?
No.
Well, I'm due for one if you don't mind.
Tell me what's happening.
Not now.
You look good, Clay. Tell me, how are you?
I'm fine. It was a surprise to get your emails after all these years. Listen, Peter. You're covered in blood.
Yes, I am.
Would you like to tell me why?
Of course. Must look rather odd. I'm covered in blood because I was just in the process of destroying my research laboratory when you arrived. The blood is from blood bags I had stored in the cooler. No time to clean up, I'm afraid.
Why were you destroying your laboratory?
Because I never should have built it. And you should go.
I'm not sure I should leave you like this.
I'm not giving you a choice! I want you out right now.
Clay, I brought you here for a reason. I need your help.
Unless I find out what's going on here right now, I'm leaving.
Tell him.
Tell me what?
What I've been working on in my former laboratory. Certainly. It's why you brought him, isn't it? Show him, Patricia!
I will!
All right, somebody, I don't care who, tell me what the hell's going on here, please.
Nerve fusion. Brain stem development. Organ and cell regeneration. A new form of electromagnetic surgery. Created by me. All right here in this house.
What is this?
I read about your work, Clay. I looked up your email. You've been corresponding with me all this time, not Peter. He hasn't had residency in the hospital for 2 years. He's been a recluse here with me. But I want to live. I'm going to live.
Brilliant.
It's debatable whether Dr. Smith can be viewed as lucky or unlucky, but it's safe to say that he's got his hands full. And with that, listeners, we have reached the end of the line. For today, anyway. We have come full circle. And as always, the journey brings with it more questions than answers. Maybe that's the point, huh? These are, after all, peculiar conditions, life and death, if we really stop to think about them. And within some lost souls, like so many detailed here, the will to death can sometimes be even stronger than the will to survive. As we go about our evening, I ask only that we all consider this, both with our closest confidants and those strangers out there who enter and exit our lives with neither clear purpose nor fair warning. Who amongst them serves to light the way, and whose function is to cast the dark shadow? What's most unsettling is when even they don't know the answer. Until next time, this is Deadman Dave wishing you cool shade in the morning light and peaceful rest in the dead of night.